somehow I made it here. Didn't think I would. I thought I was going to have to put off the show and do it tomorrow or later today, but I think I managed to cobble stuff together. It's been pretty intimidating week. I guess even beyond just this week. There's just a lot to deal with. So it's often a struggle to get everything together for what I would consider to be a half-decent show, at least. So we'll see if I achieve that this week. But enough about me. You just heard I guess I did too, heard a song by Rita Pavone, Stop, 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 from 1967, put out as part of an album through RCA called Vuole, Poco. Yeah, so what do we got this week? It's just little old me here. Last week we had the reunion of the Alpha Strategy crew. That was the first time we'd seen each other in, I don't know, probably 6 weeks, whenever it was that the whole lockdown started here in Prague, which I think was March 11th. So yeah, good to see the fellers from my band again and get drunk and all that kind of good stuff. So that was last week. I think they'll probably be appearing fairly regularly from now on, but this week they had other fish to fry, so it's just me. But our pal Zach Coons is going to be here about halfway through the show with I'm Allowed, and we may get into something pretty raunchy in terms of a story that he has. We'll see. I'm going to see how he's feeling about that one. Then there's a whole set of songs about fools that'll come, and I might debut a new segment where I read out really ridiculous things from Reddit, but I'm not sure if it's well prepared enough. I'll have to see if maybe I'll have better content for next week, or maybe I'll use what I have here. I don't know. But anyway, that's what's in the pipeline, and then on top of that, we got a whole whack of wacky old and new music, and me playing with the echo. So I think that sums it up. I'll play music by Deliluh next. This is Rabbit from their very good record Oath of Intent that was put out last year by Telephone Explosion and Tin Angel.
Takes it from the hammer, spot on the head. One racket to another, cracking an egg. Pick up all the pieces, put them back in a pile. Pick up all the dirt, pack it into a smile. It breaks my mind.
I've heard enough country music coming out of your joint to last me a lifetime. Now, pipe down.
It's the music of angels, sir. Don't you dare talk about country music. You're taking it to a whole other level with that shit. You need to just cut it out. Just cut it out.
The dead of the night, the hoot owl in flight, and the devil was laughing at me. The night I was born, it was said that the owls hooted and flew all night long. An omen that I was an unlucky child, a sign that I'd surely go wrong. As I grew to manhood, I trembled in fear when the owls would hoot mournfully. I grew up believing my soul had been claimed, and the devil was laughing at me. The people all said that my mind was no good. There was madness and hate in my eyes. Wild with the drink, I shot old Charlie Lynx, and they sent me to prison for life. I had a girl they call Lucille Dream. We met and we loved secretly. She'd hold me and sigh, but the owls would cry like the devil was laughing at me. The dead of the night, the hoot owl in flight, and the devil was laughing at me. I'd just been in prison for 3 weeks or more when Lucille's first letter arrived. She said she expected a baby that fall, and she wanted me there by her side. I stabbed the first guard and I strangled 2 more, determined that I would be free. The searchlights were beamed and the hoot owl screamed like the devil was laughing at me. When I reached Lucille's, there were lights in the house, and there in the hallway I found Lucille lying dead with a gun at her head, with crimson on her cotton gown. I ran from the house to the swamps that I knew. As I ran, I heard the hounds bay, and one other sound that was running me down. The devil was laughing at me. They caught me, and here on the gallows I stand. They'll drop me to eternity. One moment of fear, and the last sound I hear is the devil laughing at me. The dead of the night, the hoot owl in flight, and the devil was laughing at me.
AEROFALL, Fear for Everyone. That comes from their self-titled album put out in 2014 by Hands and Moment. Then there was Jimmy Newman with The Devil Was Laughing at Me, put out by Decca on a single in 1967. Also the Reg Guest Syndicate, Guys, Guns, Dolls, and Danger from the album Underworld, which Mercury released in 1966. Then there was FOAMMM with Sailor Doom, taken from the, I don't know if you'd call it an EP or single that has Sailor Doom and one other song on it. Put out by Sheep Chase in 2017. Then, to start Deliluh, Rabbit from Oath of Intent. And that is that. I'm going to keep things going here. I don't really have anything important to say. And that's probably for the best that I'm not going to try and say anything. Because I'm pretty tired here. I'm going to play music by a girl band next. This is Pears for Lunch, which comes from their masterpiece of an album, Holding Hands with Jamie, put out by Rough Trade in 2015.
I love crap with my top off.
The shade of night is falling, and the moon is shining bright. In the center of the graveyard, in the middle of the night, I get out of my grave, a big long black coffin till the falling night. I got two horns on my head and a twinkle in my eye. I got a 2 feet of hair and it makes the chicks so sigh. When I hit them with my great big club, start to holler and cry. Dance and sing or scream for me while we pound the floor. While you shake your hip, the whole job left. Well, I'll scream for more while the bats are flying and the cats are sighing and the zombies are dancing and the skeletons prancing. I get into my great big coffin till the falling night. While you shake your head, the whole job left. Well, I'll scream for more while the bats are flying and the cats are sighing and the zombies are dancing and the skeletons are prancing. I get into my great big coffin till the following night, till the following night. Till the following night.
Tu es trop difficile, il se pourrait bien, si ça continue qu'il ne t'arrive rien. Si tu dis non, toujours non, non, non à tous les garçons. Celui-ci est bien trop beau pour être malin, celui-là n'est pas idiot, il est vilain. Et tu dis non, toujours non, non, non à tous les garçons. Si tu es trop difficile, il se pourrait bien, si ça continue, ne t'arrive rien. Si tu dis non, toujours non, non, non à tous les garçons. Si t'aurais bien plu, tu n'en veux pas.
said, oh man, the building is on fire. I said, no, what? I got my 3 kids and we bounced out. We ain't gonna be in no fire. Not today.
I'm driving down the road, feeling fine, just feeling fine. I looked at my watch and it read just half past 9. If the weather holds and the tires don't blow and the carburetor feeds the lines, gonna make it into Frisco on time. A convertible and a headband makes the scene. A convertible and a headband is all I need. Don't need to worry, don't need to fret. What more do you want, you lucky cat? You have your own convertible and a headband. I saw these two cats trying to hitch a ride. I thought I'd be a sport and oblige. I says to myself, you lucky man, you've got your own convertible and a headband. They were smiling mighty big, I could see, when I pulled up and said, come and ride with me. Oh, a convertible I left home just to roam, my old man said, "Now, son, you have a lot to learn. When I was young, I had shoes on my feet. I had a convertible with a rumble seat. But I said there was something still missing, man. You didn't have a headband."
What more do you want, you lucky cat? Yeah. That's Convertibles and Headbands by the Music Magicians. That's one of those song poems which, to try and keep it brief, the idea was people would send in their lyrics to these companies, and then the companies would charge the person money to have their lyrics turned into a song. So some person just wrote that, sent it in on a sheet of paper, and then the Music Magicians turned it into what you just heard. And then that is from, I don't know when that was originally recorded, but it was put out in 2003 on the American Song Poem Anthology, Do You Know the Difference Between Big Wood and Brush, through Bar None Records. What else do we hear? We heard before that Bengal, Sorcière from Face A, which was put out in 2018. I don't know if that was something they did themselves or maybe they did it through somebody else. I haven't been able to find any evidence either way, but if Barbara, who kindly suggested those folks to me, has any information, I'd be intrigued. I hope when things settle down, I can go to Belgium, because I found so many good bands there since I started doing the show, and yeah, I didn't realize there was that much going on, but it's pretty cool, seemingly. Then there was Michèle Torr, Non et tout le garçon, put out on an EP through Mercury in 1965. That song, I really like that song. It was written by Serge Gainsbourg, and it's just a real solid jam the whole way through. I love that. Then there was Screaming Lord Sutch and With the Savages, Till the Following Night, put out by His Master's Voice in 1961 on a single, and a Stark Girl band, Pears for Lunch, through Rough Trade. The album it's from is Holding Hands with Jamie, and that came out in 2015. So yeah, we're getting close to the halfway point of the old show here. Zach's going to be joining us pretty soon for I'm Allowed, and then we have a whole set of songs dedicated or pertaining to Fools. And we'll see what else. A bunch of music, no doubt, and maybe some other stuff. What do I got for you next? Oh, Diane Horder, Don't Bother Me. That's another good one. This came out through Spin in 1965 in Australia on a single.
Since he's been gone, I want no one to talk to me. It's not the same, and I'm to blame, it's plain to see. So go away, leave me alone, don't bother me. I can't believe that he would leave me on my own. It's just not right whenever I'm all alone. I've got no time for you right now, don't bother me. I know I'll never be the same if I don't get him back again, because I know he'll always be the only boy for me. to talk to me. It's not the same, and I'm to blame, it's plain to see. So go away, leave me alone, don't bother me. I can't believe that he would leave me on my own. It's just not right when every night I'm all alone. I've got no time for you right now, don't bother me. I know I'll never be the same if I don't get him back again, because I know he'll always be the only boy for me. But till he's here, please don't come near, just stay away. I'll let you know when he's come home until that day. Don't come around, leave me alone, don't bother me. Don't bother me now, don't come around now. Don't bother me now, don't come around now. Don't come around. Don't bother me now, don't bother me now. Don't come around.
Uh-oh, what do you know? I thought there was more time left before that song ended. Oh well. So, just heard Empath with Carpet from Liberating Guilt and Fear, put out in 2019 through Fat Possum Records. Then there was my good buddy Gradini with Gorilla's Problem from Pardon My Syrup that he released in 2018. We heard The Scientist before Gradini. It was A Place Called Bad from the Human Jukebox, put out in 1987 by Carbon Records. And then there was Ed Kalehoff, and I would assume his orchestra or what have you, Ed Kalehoff and band. It was never properly released. It's known as the Big Banana, and it's part of the Price is Right music library. I'm so glad people record stuff like that and bootleg it and put it out into circulation. That whole soundtrack is hilarious. To start, it was Diane Horder with Don't Bother Me from a single put out in 1965 by Spin Records. And what do you know? It's pretty much the top of the hour, and it's time to call Mr. Coons for I'm Allowed. So, what do you say?
I hope I keep my mailman called Mr. Mac away from Zach.
Howdy there, Matt, man.
Hey, buddy.
I'm scared to say. What do you have to say for yourself, anyway?
I say you're pretty quick picking up that phone.
Oh, yeah, baby. I'm locked and loaded. Ready to rip. Ready to rip. Ready to roar.
Yeah, that's the stuff right there.
Ready to howl at the moon and scream at the sun.
That's why I have you here.
Yeah. Yeah, I always got it locked and loaded here. Oh boy, Ernie's wanting to come out. Come out there, buddy. Oh boy, the madman's on the loose here now. Oh gee whiz.
Shit just got real.
That's accurate, Jack.
Yep. I'm gonna see if I can turn you up here. You're a little quiet. I don't know. Everything's all screwed up here because of where I did the show outside last week, and then I never had time to put stuff back in order. So I don't know if it's just me. Maybe you do seem kind of quiet, but maybe
no one's ever accused me of that before.
You can tell me what you're up to or what's going on while I make that adjustment.
Well, not all that much. My roommate Kevin and I are getting ready. We've finished a new album. We're mastering it today, so I'm doing that. And our mutual friend Bob Hatt, we're gonna record like a duo Appalachian hillbilly noise guitar album here later today. So we're getting myself kind of prepared. I slept kind of late, so I'm getting kind of prepared to get up to all that. And then I'm ostensibly leaving Columbus tomorrow to move to rural Tennessee to live on basically manage a little farm down there. So I'm starting that process right now, or more or less tomorrow, getting myself ready and gonna start all that jazz.
You got a lot on your plate.
Yeah, I've got a lot on a plate. Started a new job, as you know, and yeah, this week's been really eventful.
Yep, that's it. It's better than not eventful, I think. Better
yeah,
than just
sometimes I really like to just sit around and watch TV or something. That's an acceptable way to spend time occasionally. Lunatics starting their goddamn grass. Go inside.
That's one way I don't like to spend my time is mowing the lawn. I haven't done that in many years.
Yeah, I detest lawn work. I mean, I grew up on a farm, so it's like yard work was such a major part of our lives, is mowing this. It wasn't a giant farm, but it was keeping, let's say, about 15 acres of pasture land, keeping it mowed all the time. There were some places where we had horses and that sort of thing, which mitigated a little bit. But yeah, it was like a major chunk of every part of my week was dedicated to mowing the grass, and I just think that's the most pointless thing a human being could ever do in their goddamn life. I detest yard work.
Yeah,
of any stripe.
It's a real just norm thing to do as well. A friend of mine owns a house in Newfoundland in the city, but it's in sort of just a residential house area or whatever. And he has a small lawn out front, and whenever he mows the lawn, within probably 10 or 20 minutes of that, other guys will come out and start mowing their lawns too. I find that so repugnant.
Oh. Yeah, well, I guess there's that aspect of it, keeping up with the Joneses, more or less, essentially, everyone's vying for the quote-unquote best-looking yard, and that's a completely subjective, that's really remarkably subjective about what constitutes a good-looking yard. I love a yard with a bunch of weeds and a bunch of interesting ethnobotanical plants and, like traditional Appalachia plants. I love it, as an herbalist. I so much prefer that type of yard. And having a yard with native grasses instead of, like, mowing lawns can really frequently lead to a yard being taken over by, what would be considered a pest or an invasive plant, because they're adapted to. They can adapt themselves to yards where native plants are maintained, and it's like they slowly maintain their takeover. But I won't get too much into that because I don't think that's not of much interest to me or to most people. It's of tremendous interest to me, but and then just this idea of how incredibly subjective it is, of like, who decides what looks good? It's somebody who throughout the course of history has decided, well, a well-maintained shortcut lawn is the picture of beauty, is the picture of what a yard should be. And then, it's like most human beings only have a couple of days off a week. They spend, they usually spend one of those days doing mindless goddamn idiotic chores that somebody else decides for them, and then the other day just doing necessary chores around the house, cooking things to eat that might last them throughout the week when they're too busy, laundry, like necessary things, but things, or doing, like running errands, more or less, going to the grocery store, going to here and there, necessary things to do. But if you've and then maybe you'll get a few hours rest in there. It's like it's that most people's schedules are built such that they have more or less no time at all to be able to develop creatively, to be able to examine things that are of interest to them. There's something rotten in the state of Denmark as far as that's concerned, in my opinion. There's something kind of built into human life to make us to develop agony, basically, just like, just to make our lives worse. I think that there's so many aspects of modern life that really accentuate that, And the lawn is first and foremost. Whoever came up with the idea of a goddamn weed whacker should be put in prison. What a pointless thing to waste your time doing, unless you enjoy it. It seems like some people really do seem to enjoy whacking weeds, I guess. But like my stepmom loves to cut the grass, And if it gets above a certain length, she just can't stand it. Truly can't stand it. And she used to have us kids to order out and do it. Now that at any rate, that I was the one most responsive to it. And now that I'm out on my own and, obviously can't be ordered to do this or that thing, it's like it's compulsive. It's got to be done. And her mower broke down, it was like a few months back actually, around her birthday. Her mower broke down, and she was just climbing up the walls. They were taking a long time to figure out what was wrong with the mower, and she couldn't stand herself, couldn't stand life, couldn't even interact. She was so anxious and upset, and that she almost became bedridden because of how the lawn was getting. It was bothering her so much because she couldn't really do anything about it. She lives with my dad, and it's still land that is. It takes a lot of maintaining. She's got a newer, they've got a newer motor now a tractor more or less now that takes care of all of it because they're both getting older. We used to do it with just a regular push mower, but now they've got a tractor that takes care of everything now, and they're not really in the physical shape to be able to manage a tractor so far as that's a push mower as far as that's concerned. So yeah, it was like it bothered her so much that she was a constant concern for her.
That's incredible.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, it's just one of these things that I don't put any thought into it at all. This is the most I've probably talked about mowing lawns at length, but generally, yeah, if I see a lawn, unless it's like ridiculously out of control in an area where everybody else's lawns are neat and trim, then I kind of laugh at it because I bet it pisses the other people nearby off a whole lot. And that's another element of it, is just how much shade people can throw at other people for not cutting their lawn, or just, making passive aggressive comments about it and stuff like that. And it's like, who fucking cares? If it ain't your lawn, leave the person alone. Like, all that sort of trying to keep things in the neighborhood to a certain aesthetic or whatever is just a load of baloney.
That's it exactly. For me, it's an issue of personal liberty. Whatever you want to do with your own lawn, if you're paying to live in a place, whatever you want to do with your own lawn should be your own goddamn business, and no one should be able to determine it. So I was living in Grayson, Kentucky, and I was letting the lawn grow up. I was letting a lot of native plants grow up, and to be able to make a more or less a pollination station for butterflies as they're passing through, making a pollination station for bees. Just basically making it a wildlife sanctuary within my own yard, because it was my own yard. And I actually got served a summons from the city because my neighbors complained. So I had them come, and I had a long conversation with them. Basically, I was just telling them, well, I don't really own this land, so you won't really be taking me to court. You'll be taking my uncle to court about this lawn, but I've got his proxy, and this is just really none of your business, so far as that's concerned, and I'm not going to do it. I don't care what you think. I don't care what my neighbors think. I have this really particular idea in mind, and it's the idea is based on creating a place for different insects to pollinate, so that that they have adequate food, and for another that native plants can be spread. I would eradicate some of the plants that were invasive plants, and specifically encourage the growth of native plants, so that those plants could potentially spread by pollinators, and it turned into a giant fight in the city.
Wow.
I was like constantly fighting with them. They were coming every day, like serving, like saying all these different things that they might do to me if I didn't cut the grass. And then finally, one day when I was gone on a trip, my neighbors just came and just cut it all.
That is absurd. I can't believe people would do that. Like, it bothers them that much.
It bothered, and then they continued, because I do travel a lot with work, so they would continue to wait until I was gone, and then as soon as I was gone, they would cut it.
Wow.
And that continues to this day. I haven't cut that lawn grace for probably 2 to 3 years, something along those lines. I haven't got the lawnmower out of the shed so far as that's concerned, but they continue to come out and do all the lawn care, all the weed whacking, all of that shit. They do every single bit of it. They just wait until I'm gone, and I'm not going to go up to somebody's house and say, I'm not going to turn it into some kind of argument like that, because that's a good way to get your head blown off in Kentucky for sure. Like going up to somebody and saying, "Don't cut my lawn," everybody's got a goddamn gun, so I'm not going to. It's not so important to me that I'm going to turn it into some kind of issue of potential violence. But there is that situation where they just wait until I'm gone. And now they have it's like they know my schedule. They wait until I'm gone, and then they'll mow my grass, and then I'll come back, and the grass will be mowed, and it's kind of out of my hands at this point. So it's like this really unusual seesaw battle that's going on that they figured out a way to win, but not really, because they're
the joke's
really
on them.
Doing the work. They're doing the work that I detest doing. They're essentially getting me out of trouble with the city. And, I'm sitting on my butt not doing anything in that regard at any rate. So I guess it's really up in the air to decide, who really wins in that scenario. I would say I win in that scenario, because they're essentially they're just doing my legwork for me.
They're performing a service that people would usually have to pay for otherwise, and you get it for free. And you don't have to even schedule the thing. It's like it just gets done.
Exactly. The only payment is just my neighbors detesting me, and that's a pretty cheap price. And I think they already did anyway. They already didn't like me. They already detested me. So it was very much like. I don't lose at all. They already didn't like me, so it wasn't. I didn't earn any new rebuke. I didn't earn any new ill feelings, and I don't have those feelings toward them. Like that. That would be another thing. I don't get tremendously upset when they do it. I don't cry in the koi pool. I don't scream up into the heavens about it all, but. I just think, when I see it happen, I'm just like, oh, what a bunch of foolish people. I can't believe they've wasted their time doing this. They've gotten so upset about this. But that's their own business. They want to, whatever. They want to get up an arm. If they want to pick that as the one thing in their life that they are choosing to make a stand on, then I say, whatever. More power to them so far as that's concerned. If that's the one thing that they want to choose to get so worked up and hot and bothered about, then what does it matter for me,
Yeah. Well, it's funny you mentioned the term foolish people. What I have next is a whole set of songs that have the word fool in them and pertain to foolish or fool type individuals. So I'm going to start that off with Dick Nolan and The Fool, the song that you and I love. But
you know it.
Oh, yeah. But no, it's really funny when thinking about what we were like pretty much saying we were going to talk about, and it turned into, instead of being something really raunchy we were going to get into today, we decided to talk about mowing lawns and cutting grass for the past 17 minutes. So, yeah, that's just how things roll.
Well, I guess it took care of itself. I mean, we could always talk about that. We could always talk about that topic another time. It's something I've been thinking about an awful lot. So it's something that we can definitely pick up at and maybe Ollie, because it's something that so recently happened to me that by the time next week rolls around, for example, I might really be firing on all cylinders when I'm talking about it. I might really have put a tremendous amount of, like, way more thought than I have put into it now because of just by virtue of time. So yeah, it's something that we can pocket for what we had intended to talk about. We can pocket it for the future and pick it back up. Yeah, seems like something else just kind of presented itself, and I try to stay a candidate. I try to stay eligible if something else breezes in.
Yeah, if something kind of springs up as it would like a weed in a garden, you could say.
Yeah, I don't pluck it out. I don't pluck it. I marvel at it and discuss it.
All right, pal. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up there, and the folks at home got something to look forward to next week.
That's accurate. Yeah, it's going to be a barn burner, y'all. I think you're going to want to tune in for this one if you like that not safe for work type material.
Yeah, and that's what we can deliver here. There's no rules. That's the only rule. Is there are no rules. So.
Yeah, nothing is safe for work. No, you can't bring any of this into work. You got to leave it at home, baby.
Yeah, exactly. This is not work, so we can do things that are not safe for work in this particular forum.
Yeah, it's like my friend Jeff was telling. I'll just really briefly say this, if it's okay.
Oh yeah.
My friend Jeff was telling me. It was back in the mini, the old days wherein you could still have a show. That was 1,000 years ago. But he was having shows at his house, and there was pressure on him to designate his house as a quote unquote safe zone. Well, what does that mean? There's no safe places on this goddamn planet. Anybody that's constantly looking for safety is a fool. I mean, that's just the only way you can really determine them. And but it's this. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be safe, but I really think art really isn't safe and really shouldn't be safe. It should be pretty wild and unpredictable and confusing, and it shouldn't. There shouldn't be a type of snobbery involved in it where, you really limit the crowd about who can come and see the XYZ thing. That's a really good way to put yourself more or less in an echo chamber. And so people were trying to get him to designate his house where he was having shows as a safe space, quote unquote safe space. And he said, "I'm not going to do it. I refuse to do it." Because there are no safe places. That's totally an illusion. And I detest that term, safe space. It's unreal. It doesn't exist. There are no safe spaces, and in the process by which you use to make a place safe, you rob them of all sorts of other things, which is the ability to surprise, which I think is really important, and not necessarily shock, but surprise, which is really important in art. The ability to be able to develop and present a point of view that might be contradict the way that someone feels. That's really important. I don't think that you should weed that kind of thing out. I think that's a really remarkably important thing. If somebody's just saying really awful, racist, terrible things or professing to be a Nazi, well, that's one thing where you say, "Get the hell out of my house. You're not welcome back here anymore." Obviously, I think that goes without saying. But if somebody, if you're using the context of a quote unquote safe space to say that somebody can't do something surprising or unusual, or something that may make somebody feel uncomfortable, which most art that I really like makes me feel uncomfortable, or makes me feel confused, or makes me feel kind of upsets me in a way. Like those are important aspects of creating art and viewing art. So I don't know. Anyway, I've gone off the deep end here. But anyway, that just kind of reminded me of that, of this idea when we were talking about work as opposed to non-work, and that reminded me of the safe space versus the place that that isn't safe, which is everywhere more or less. Maybe your own bedroom presumably is safe, but you never know when carbon monoxide's pouring through, or you never know when the heart attack sneaks in the middle of the night. There's no safety from the things that are terrify us in this world. Anyway, I've gone as is not uncommon. I've gone pretty far astray, but it was. I had a really good time exploring some of these wild ideas. And yeah, next week should be a real wild transgressive ride.
Yeah,
anybody that wants to hop on.
Yeah, everybody's welcome.
Shoot, shoot.
All right, pal. Well, good yakking with you as always, and we'll be back with you again next week. I'm sure I'll be talking to you before that, anyway.
Cannot wait, my buddy. I look forward to hearing the rest of the show, as always.
Appreciate it. All right, pal. Have a good one. Be seeing you.
You too. Be seeing ya.
Bye.
Bye.
There we go. That was Zach. And now it's Fool time. Dick Nolan, The Fool, from Moving Out, put out in 1966. Here it is.
He's hurt so much, he wants to die.
Brown everybody's hold your glasses high and drink to a fool, crazy fool, who told his baby goodbye. At last, he found he loves her.
He loves her
so much, he wants to die. So I'll drink to a fool, a crazy fool, who told
his baby goodbye.
Oh, he needs her, he needs her so, and he wonders why he had to let her go. At last, found he needs her so much, he wants to die. So I'll drink to a fool, a crazy fool, who told
his baby goodbye.
he found he wants her so much, he wants to die. And I'll drink to a fool, 'cause
Came running down the highway naked as the sun. Said she, are you going my way, poet, fool, or bum? Red hair had she, saw right through me, but what could she see? A poet, no, a fool, I hope not, a bum. No, I'm only me. When her left hand touched the water, fire and smoke did come. Laughing like some virgin's daughter, said she, run, fool, run. Freedom sleeps in caves where dreams are, just in dreams we're free. A poet, no, a fool, I hope not, a bum. No, I'm only me. Lips to a bottle labeled Christmas Day. Said she, every day is Christmas, drink some while you may. Touched the bottle, broke into the cross at Calvary. A poet, no, a fool, I hope not, a bum. No, I'm only me. She gave me toy soldiers, bright and shiny new. Take them, said she, to the children, they'll know what to do. Soon their games of madness will become reality. A poet, no, a fool, I hope not, a bum. No, I'm only me. Said she'd take me to the morning rains, my soul's on fire. I said, morning rains, I've heard, will wash away desire. She grew angry wings and left encircled infinity. A poet, no, a fool, I hope not, a bum. No, I'm only me.
So only a fool would let you go. I'm talking to myself now as a rule, and that's a conversation we're the fool. Questions without answers, that's all I get from me. The fact that I'm a fool is plain to see. I'm talking to myself, a love grown cold before it's cool. And that's the conversation, we're the fool. If you come back again, when deep inside I know that it's the end. I'm talking to myself now as a rule, and that's the conversation, we're the fool. Questions without answers, that's all I get from me. The fact that I'm a fool is plain to see. I'm talking to myself, a love grown cold before it's cool. And that's the conversation, we're the fool. Yes, that's the conversation, we're the fool. Well, that's the conversation, we're the fool.
That ends our Fool set, Dancing Fool by the Butthole Surfers. That's from Independent Worm Saloon, put out in 1993 by Capitol. Then there was Dewey Night before that, Conversation with a Fool from a single that was put out by the unfortunately named Confederate Records, perhaps the foolishly named Confederate Records. Then we heard Lee Hazelwood, Poet, Fool, or Bum, from an album of the same name even, put out in 1973 by Capitol. There's a really funny story I read in an interview with Lee Hazelwood where apparently there was somebody who reviewed that record and they thought they were being cute based on the title. They just put one word as a response for the review, and that was bum. So the review consisted of the word bum in reference to the title, Poet, Fool, or Bum. And then Lee Hazelwood, in the interview afterwards, had said, if I ever see that guy around, I'm going to beat him to the ground. So I don't know if he ever did, but I wouldn't want to mess with Lee Hazelwood. We heard Jerry McCain and his Upstarts before Lee Hazelwood, Crying Like a Fool, the demo version, which appeared on a single that Norton Records put out in 2017. I really love it when vocalists cry maniacally like that on a record, or laugh, whatever kind of expression in that capacity. So that gets 2 thumbs up for me. Before Jerry McCain and his Upstarts, the Carolines' Love Made a Fool of Me, put out in 1965 by Polydor. And to start, it was Dick Nolan with The Fool, released by Ace Records in 1966 as part of the album Movin' Out. And to tie that back to Lee Hazelwood as well, I don't know if he wrote it or co-wrote it with his wife at the time, Naomi Ford, but I've seen that song, The Fool, credited to him and her as the main songwriter, but never both of them, so I don't know what that really means. But anyhow, Dick Nolan took a few liberties with that. If you heard the recorded version that Lee Hazelwood put together, it's quite a bit different. And then Dick also changed some of the lyrics around. I think he made it more concise. But yeah, that's one of my all-time favorite Fool songs, and there are many. All right, we're getting through the show here. I only got probably one more full set I'll play for you, and I'll come back and wrap it up, and that'll be that. I don't think I'll get to my proposed weird stuff on Reddit today. I'll save that segment for next week when I can do it a little more properly and find better material for it than I think I've found already. I think the material is there to be found. It just takes time to sift through it all. Anyhow, yeah, what's next is Monitor. This is Interim from their self-titled 1981 album that they put out on their own World Imitation label. It's a really strange record, and I think this song is pretty indicative of that. Here it is.
Mark the stricken faces, see the moving faces, lights shift through color, hope for peril, watch the deep. It's the pause of the dead, we advise suffer, though placement with the dead is done. The silence, see the darkness as a chasm. Silence, the stricken faces, see the flimsy faces, light
a sick, sick, sick world, and it's waiting for you.
Yeah, that was... I'll turn that echo down. That was Marcus Melma Spaziali. Comes from something they put out this year, known as Mares Breezy. We heard Hanako before that. Lissy from an EP of the same name put out in 2017. Then there was Essie with Marimba from Vital Creatures, released by Ramp Local in 2019. Then there was that song by the Moppets, which sounds like it's played on the wrong speed, but I don't believe it is. I just have an MP3 rip of it. I don't have the actual record, but that was Cry Just a Little, released in 1966 by Spirit. I'm going to see if maybe that is played at the wrong speed. I don't know. It's unusually slow tempo and really just drawn out for a song that would be released as a pop single in 1966. Then there was Hand and Leg, Spit in My Eye from Lust and Peace. That came out in 2019 through Fourth Dimension and Slovenly. To start, Monitor with Interum, put out in 1981 by World Imitation. So, I am just a little bit over the 2-hour mark here. I'll play one more song, and that'll be that. So it's Zuza Konts with Zep Almak Vega, as it's known in Hungarian, from her album Ilis, which Pepita put out in 1971. Thanks for being here, and next week maybe I'll be a little more lively and hopefully not as hungover or tired. But then again, I could be even more tired and even more hungover, so we'll leave that to be seen to. Thanks for being here. Had people listening from all over the place. We had Canada, U.S., Czech Republic, Poland, Great Britain. And that's what I'd seen. Maybe there's more people who were kind of in and out and didn't want to stick around too long. But, yeah. And thanks to Zach for being here, offering his insight on grass cutting and related topics. I think that's all I got. See ya.
look after yourself, as they always say, because no one else will.
Let us get the fuck out of here.
Be seeing you.
And you.